All right, what is the relationship between scale factor and area?
Scale factor squared equals ratio of areas.
Good job,
Thanks.
Scale factor and volume.
Volume is scale factor cubed.
Okay. All right, so again, we are reading problems, trying to determine what they're giving us, and then determining what they want us to find. We will have some problems where they're giving us areas, and we have to change it to volume. So some of these are going to require a couple of steps. Some of them are going to give us volumes, and we need to find the scale factor to set up a proportion. So most of them are going to require a couple of steps. Number one, given a 3-liter bottle of water costs $2, how much should a cup of 400 milliliters of water cost? So what do we need to find?
Convert the
Cost
milliliters
of
into liters. Or decimeters. Or either one.
We need to find the cost. And Lauren, what are you saying?
You have to change 400 milliliters into liters.
Okay, so 400 milliliters equals
40
kilo, hecto, deca,
I need this.
meters, liters, and grams, deci, centi, and milli. So I'm going from milli to liters. So how many am I moving?
3 to the left.
3 to the left, so that gives me how many liters?
0.4.
0.4. All right, so I have 3 liters and 0.4 liters. What am I going to do with that?
0.4 times 2.
Why?
No.
Because
It's 3 over 2. 3 liters over $2 equals 0.4 liters over X.
Can we set it up another way?
$2 over 3 equals X over 0.4.
Can I set it up any other way?
yeah, 4 or 3 over 4 equals 2 over X.
So when I do the cross multiplication for these, am I going to get the same answers?
No.
Yes.
Because I'm always multiplying 3 and x and 2 and 0.4. So 3x equals 2 times 0.4, and then I do what to both sides?
Divide by 3.
Equals 0.26.
So 0.26, what is that?
X equals 0.26. So it's
So it costs.
26 cents. That is the cost. The surface areas of 2 similar solids are 64 centimeters squared and 144 centimeters squared, respectively. Find the ratio of their volumes. So what am I given?
So
64
so
centimeters
you have to
cubed.
square root.
And-
So 64
or-
over 100.
If you find the square root of 64 and 144, and then you have to cube those.
Okay, so I have to go from area to scale factor
Okay, got it.
to volume. Because Connor said I have to take the square root and then take that and cube it. Because I have areas. It says surface areas. So to find scale factor, I take 64 over 144.
64.
And what is that?
8.
And square root of 144.
12. So
Can we
8
reduce that?
Yeah, into 2 or 4 over 6. And then, or what am I? Yeah, 6.
So
2 over 3.
Okay. So my scale factor is 2 over 3. So to find the ratio of the volumes, what do I do with the 2 over 3?
You have to cube them.
And that is?
It is 8 over 27.
Very good.
Do you have to simplify it?
You don't have to.
Okay.
The reason I simplify it is 8/12 is equivalent to 2/3. I can do 2/3 easily in my head. 8/12, I can't cube 8/12 easily in my head. So that's why I always reduce it. Sometimes it leads you guys to create other errors because you don't reduce it properly, so your answer is incorrect, but that's why I reduce.
What time did that end?
So if we don't reduce on the test, we can get it wrong.
Hold on, what?
What time did that end? Grams and what?
Liters and grams.
Oh.
Meters, liters, and grams. Connor, what?
So if we don't simplify it on tests, it's going to be wrong.
No. Unless the instructions tell you to simplify. A 35 centimeter balloon holds 4,000 cubic centimeters of air. Find the dimension of a similar balloon that holds 900 cubic centimeters of air.
4,000 over 900 equals 35 over.
Did you have to change 34?
Well,
Just square.
or do you think about what's given to you?
Just to cube the 4,070 squared
Why do you think we need to do the cube?
because it's 3 times, like it's the power of 3
It's to the power of 3, so that indicates that it's
cubed.
cubed. And is it area or volume? If it's cubed.
Volume.
It's volume. So we're given a ratio of volumes. This measurement right here, is this implying a one-dimensional scale factor length, an area length, or volume? It's more like a scale factor. It's one-dimensional. So if we're given this, we do have to take the cube root so that we can find the scale factor. So we need to do volume to scale factor. So scale factor is going to be the cube root of 4,000 over 900. So what is the cube root of 4,000?
15.87.
Okay. And the cube root of 900?
Is that right? I do it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I have the scale factor. Now what am I going to do?
35 over x, or equals 35 over x.
Okay. So 15.87, 9.65 equals 35 over x. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 15.87x equals 35 times 9.65. Divide. And the similar balloon has a dimension of what?
21.
Okay, centimeters. Sample 4. If a hectogram of silver costs $2,500, how much would a centigram cost?
Ooh.
So, what are a couple of things that we need to work on here?
Same label.
Okay, we need the same units, and then we can do what?
The cost.
How are we going to figure out the cost?
I just moved it.
Set up a. It's very similar to what we did up here, isn't it? Changed our units, set up a proportion. All right, so this is 1 hectogram. 1 hectogram equals 2,500, and we're asked how much would 1 centigram cost. So, you guys want to change units. What do you want to change? The hecto to centi or the centi to hecto?
Yeah.
Hecto to centi. So you're going hecto to centi, so you need to move your decimal how many places?
5. 4. Right. 4.
1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4.
No.
So we're going from 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1 hectogram equals 10,000 centigrams. 1 hectogram.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
1 hectogram equals 10,000 centigrams.
okay.
So now what do you want to do with the 10,000?
Over 25.
Okay. And that equals
1 over x.
1 over x. So we have 10,000 times x equals 1 times 2,500. So how much will a centigram cost? Okay. If a fish has a length of 12 centimeters and weighs 0.65 kilograms, how much would a similar fish weigh that is 9.2 centimeters long?
Can you do 12 over 9.2?
Okay. 12 over 9.2 is giving us the scale factor, area, or volume. Okay, so 12 over 9.2. Now, what do we ask to find? Okay, the weight. So, is the weight, it is volume. So we need to go scale factor to volume. So to find the volume, cubit, not cube root, cubit. So 12 cubed is
1,700.
over
77.8.
7, try again.
778.
Okay,
688.
I'm going to do 778.7. All right, so I have my ratio of volumes. What am I going to do with this?
Then you have to cube root. Just
No, you
kidding,
do
I
equals
6.6 over X.
Okay, so 1728 over 778.7 equals 0.6 over X. So 1728 times X equals 0.6 times 778.7. And the weight of the semi-fish is 0.27 units.
Would that be centimeters? No?
Weight.
Kilograms.
Kilogram.
Yep. Anu Diner in Pinckney is serving a hamburger that weighs 2,112 kilograms. Typical hamburger patty weighs.
Excuse the announcement. The track team is excused for the day, and also girls soccer will be excused at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay. A typical hamburger patty weighs approximately 113 grams and measures about 2 centimeters thick and 10 centimeters in diameter. If the diner's hamburger is similar to typical hamburger, what are its dimensions?
Would you have to like do 2,112 and make it into grams? Or
You could. So what have you been given here?
The weight?
The weight, which is a ratio of
113 over 7.
The scale factor? No.
Is it a scale factor or is it volume?
A volume.
Because it's
Because it's weight.
weight. Alright, so Isabella said we need to change our units. So what do you want to change? The kilograms to grams or the grams to kilograms? Kilograms to grams. So you're going from kilo to grams. So how many are you moving? Okay, so you have 2,112, and then we need to put on 3 zeros. Alright, so we're given a ratio of volumes. And we need to find thickness and diameter. So what do we need to do with this information?
Cube root.
Cube root it to find the
Scale factor.
back. So cube root of 2,112,000. Say that again.
128.
Cube root of 113.
4.8.
Alright, so I'm going to use this and do what?
Make a function.
Alright, I need to find thickness and diameter. So
So you
128.3.
Over 4.8 equals 10 over X. Or no,
Thickness.
X over 10.
Thickness,
2 over x.
2 over x.
Did you get the 2 from?
No, you're right. Who said x over 2?
I said 10 times.
X. The 2 is right here,
Oh.
2 centimeters thick. so it's x over 2, because we're trying to find out the thickness of the bigger one. So we have 4.8 times x equals 2 times 128.3.
Equals 53.453.
Okay, 53.5 centimeters. Now what do we do to find the diameter?
Or did we just do 128.3? No.
Yeah, over 4.8 and then do the 10, right?
X,
Oh, okay.
X over 10.
Yep. So 128.3 times 10 equals 4.8 times x. So x equals?
Point 374. No, just kidding. Nope. Oh, wrong thing. Set it up wrong.
$267.29.
Okay. 7.3 centimeters. Questions?
Can we delete